Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to VidaneTV. It is race day on a Monday night. How about that, folks? The RBR Maritime Group coming back to us for seasons number 5 with the Easy-Kleen Super Late Model Series, kicking things off with race numero uno here at Hickory Motor Speedway for the Hickory 125. Thank you all so much for joining us here tonight at Hickory Motor Speedway, the virtual Hickory Motor Speedway. As you can see, my name is Showtime Paul Strickland Jr. Alongside me, Ashton Rinke, the wingnut himself. I don't know why I struggled with your last name. You and I have been doing this for like a couple of years now at this point, Ashton. Come on now. It's only live TV.
You're used to calling me wingnut anyway, so I understand. But yeah, I don't know what that was all about.
Yeah, picking things up, putting them down. We're not sure what we're doing. We do know we are giving these drivers just a few more moments there to finish up their warm-up session, 10 minutes of final practice after they qualify, doing things a little bit differently here with the Easy-Kleen Super Late Model Series here. 7 races on the docket here for this winter, all going to be here live on VidaneTV on Monday nights, and it is going to be an absolute blast. Getting everybody their final opportunities to shake the cobwebs off, get everything ready to rock and roll, and we're going to be late model racing here very, very shortly. We'll be able to get a take a look at the qualifying grid here as we get ready to rock and roll once again here on a Monday night. Clock striking midnight there on the final warm-up session, and we're going to get ready to line them up to go racing for the very first time here in season 7. 7 seasons here in the RBR series, and great that they've been here on VidaneTV. You can see there 125 laps on the docket, and up front, Dan Woldridge with a blistering lap time, 13.729. Going to cash in on the pole. Mike Rhino going to start on his outside.
Right behind them. Starting behind him, a seasoned vet, I would say, in Ashton Tucker, and right beside another seasoned vet, one that we talk about quite often, Brett Suggs.
Ryan Messer going to be on the inside there of row number 3, rolling off P5. And the boss bag, Craig Tully, going to roll that number 50 car off P6.
Row 4, I had to count that there. We're both sluggish this morning, or this afternoon here. Row 4, on the inside, you're going to see Caden Tufts. And on the outside of him, Scott Negus in the 55.
I'm going to blame the weather. It's cold. It's cold as the dickens. The wind's blowing a gale. It's just not okay here at VidaneTV HQ. We had a sump pump going. We got a bunch of rain, probably a foot of rain or so over the past week. And, well, the hose that came out of the basement froze, and it popped. So it just spewed water all over the driveway. There's like 3 inches of ice in my driveway. It's awful, terrible badness. Back to the task at hand, though. Travis Roma going to roll off P9. Danny Vitch going to round out the top 10.
Right behind them, another Roma. It's going to be Chris Roma following each other through the pack as we're going to watch them. And in the 89 is Conrad Murphy.
And the rest of the field going by on your screen. Wade Craswell, Dalen Black, Tyler Layton, David Cassidy, Derek Gates, Mark Williams, Noel Fougier, Roger Down, John Byron, and Carson Aube going to round out the field here. 22 cars taking time, and we are taking everybody. No heat races, all qualified in. Everybody making the big show here tonight. And we're going to do ourselves a little bit of racing for 125 laps here at America's birthplace for speed. Easy enough for me to say, green, green, green. We're racing here at Hickory.
Great start by both guys on the front row there, Paul. It was great jump by everybody.
Oh,
really, they're wrecking on the backstretch. Early accident, yellows out. 1 upside down, 2 upside down. Paul, get the flip count out. We need a flip count chart. Indeed,
we do. There you see Danny Vitch involved as well. There's the double out of Caden Tufts, I believe. We'll get a count on all of the incidences here, and we'll back that up and take a peek at the replay. But, man, things kicking off in a big way here at the start of this one. Lap number 1 not quite in the books as we get the caution flag number 1. Going to take a look at the Easy-Kleen replay here, and we'll take a look right from it. They get into the corner. Everything looked okay. Little side-by-side action. There's Mike Rhino up in the 34 car, and it looks like a couple of drivers going for the same piece of real estate there. You see the 34 car just gets into the back quarter panel of the 56 of Woldridge, gets flipped on over. The Major Melon Mountain Dew ride, the number 29 of Danny Vitch gets a piece of the action as well. A couple of other drivers getting some of the virtual sheet metal torn up there as well. Ashton Tucker going to take over the lead, and a handful of drivers going to take the opportunity to go down pit road.
Yeah, it'd be really interesting to see, Paul, on the onboard on the 56 there. Cold tires. I wonder if the car was skating up the track and he just had nowhere else to go. Really early and odd to see with this series. Usually we see a lot of green flag lap with these guys, so this is new. Maybe they're just knocking the cobwebs off. I mean, a lot of these guys just ran the TCM races in this past season, so tough to say. But yeah, I just wonder if it was a cold tire deal.
Yeah, cold tires, shaking the cobwebs off, a little bit of everything. We'll actually take a look at the replay this time, not the replay loading screen. There you see they were side by side, Rhino all the way up the wall. Woldridge not quite clear as he got up in there and got a good piece of the outside wall. Flips on over 34, he gets a flip as well. I think that puts us at 2 flips so far here on lap number 1.
Yeah, that's crazy. Just blows my mind. Just wanted to make mention, Ryan Messer now up into the outside row there. He is in the local area. He's the he just won the award for best appearing car this season. Maintained a very beautiful car all season long, and took home the TCM Conway Custom best appearing car in the Maritimes.
Big honor, especially when you've got so many good-looking race cars up in that area. Lap number 6 in the books. Green flag once again. Tucker down low. Messer up on the high side, and we're racing once again here at Hickory. And Tully's already picked up a handful of spots. He's up in the 4th position.
Yeah, a couple guys on the move there. You see the Roma, one of the Romas in the 38 back there, up into 7th already. He started around the 8th, 9th area, so not a big mover, but he's on the bottom, already making some moves with a lot of racing left to go.
Caden Tuff's up on the high side trying to make that middle groove work. Looking like he's able to hold on right now, but as we get into this one, we know they don't necessarily have to come down pit road to get tires, but they might come down and take a shot at it. Danny Vitch pointed in the wrong direction. The Major Melon Mountain Dew number 29 car gets stopped up, checked up there in front of the leaders, and that's a tough spot to be in. As the leaders come down around under caution. We'll take a quick peek here at the Easy-Kleen instant replay and see what went down here with this particular incident. It doesn't look like here, now that we take a look at that replay, that Danny Vitch wasn't involved. But definitely got a little checked up there. There you see Caden Tuff's at the outside wall. That is a tough break for him. We'll see if we can back that up one more time and get a replay on that. And you know what? I don't believe that was Caden Tuff's because I don't even see him in the starting lineup. So I am miscalling that car for one reason, but Brett Suggs going to come down and get himself some repairs on that machine, and Ryan Messer going to hold on to the lead for the time being.
We do have a Tufts. He's up in 4th.
We do have a Tufts.
Yes, we do have a Tufts.
So the car I saw, very similar paint scheme, but had red numbers. So that's one of the cool things with the iRacing service here in the iRacing world is you're able to make your car custom, and a lot of times when we kick things off with a brand new season, and we haven't seen some of these drivers in that long off season, I say we, but I get confused with some of the paint schemes. So if I misnumber anybody, I do apologize, but there's a lot going on for sure. Danny Vitch going to come back down pit road and see if he can get some damage done. Not the night he was looking for to kick things off here in Season 7. Conrad Murphy's still on pit road in that black and green machine. Brett Suggs going to come back down into 33 to get some more of that virtual sheet metal banged on out. But up front, Messer, Tucker, Tully, Tufts, and Roma, the top 5 as they run.
Yeah, a really odd start to these races, Paul. I mean, you and I announced all last year together, and I don't think there was many races that we had 2 cautions in under 20 laps.
Well, you can see kicking things into high gear. Quick cautions here tonight, though. They want to get this thing in and done with. Already lined up 2 by 2 behind the Mustang pace car. Lights already off. 1 to go this time by. And as it looks on the timing and scoring, it looks like 17 drivers still on the lead lap here as we work around the back straightaway for lap number 14 into 3 and 4. Oh, little bit of a wiggle there. That is something we don't see every day out of Ryan Messer, spinning the tires on the start able to hold on to it because it looks like the two of Ashton Tucker had a little bit of a blip in the connection, but gathers it back up. He is in second. It's side by side for third.
Yeah, they're side by side for third, and then they're single file for a couple cars behind them. They've now gone double file, so this race is certainly throwing us some curveballs already as if we didn't need them. We were already having tongue twisters at the start of the race. There's contact behind in turn 4. Green flag is still out. There was one up into the wall. It looked like just a wiggle, but they are still green. They are still building up the momentum, and hopefully we're going to get a good green flag run here.
Dave Cassidy in the 13 Bud car. He's going to take a peek down low on the 19 Red Bull ride of Derek Gates. Not quite enough momentum there, but he may be able to make it stick this time by. And you can see this racetrack, Hickory Motor Speedway, you're just left all the time. We'll see if we can get an onboard shot here and see just these guys are hard on the wheel all the way around this racetrack.
Also looks like a really rough track, Paul. I mean, it looks aged, looks like it's been worn and torn. Not repaved, obviously, recently. A little bit of bouncing all the way through there, and it gives it that loose feel on the wheel. You see the 19 with a wiggle above the 13 of Cassidy, so that gives Cassidy the lane to move up and continue the momentum around the bottom.
And you can see Gates slipping back just a little bit, not quite able to get down on to the bottom of the racetrack like he wants to. He has an opportunity there. He is going to slide in front of Travis Roma on the 38 car. Dan Woldridge in behind him. Good recovery so far. Passed himself a couple of cars, but still looking on the outside of the top 10, running in the 12th position right now. Everybody's still chasing this guy, though. Ryan Messer, I think he's won probably in every day of the week here on VidaneTV, except for Monday nights. And he's going for that record here, working lap number 23. He's got probably 3-4 car lengths over Ashton Tucker. Caden Tuff's having a solid run there in the double odd. He's holding on to the third position. Craig Tully, Chris Roma up in the top 5 as well. And you can see Roma's got a little bit of breathing room in behind and in front of him. So he's got a little bit of an opportunity in that 83 car to kind of try a little bit with that race car, see what he can do with the high line, maybe the middle group as well.
Yeah, he's still got to watch that he doesn't fall back into the grips of Noel Fougere, who's also one of the ones we talk about quite often, already up into the top 10. A lot of very, what I call big names in this series. A lot of guys we often talk about at the front of other series that we work together with. And it's really cool to see them all kind of come together in this RBR series. It's always tight, fun racing.
Yeah, kind of a who's who in the Maritimes area as well, and invite only this year for season number 7. So great racing. These guys have all raced each other online, and a lot of them have raced with each other at the real racetrack. As you can see, Suggs trying to make some moves there with a freshly repaired car in that 33, going to get around Gates in the 19 car, and now set his sight on Tanton Woolridge. Looks like he was able to get around. He's got his sight set on Travis Roma, and as we kind of work through the field just a little bit here, the top 10, top 13 cars or so, pretty much single file, a little bit of conveyor belt action here at Hickory.
Yeah, you see those guys that were kind of involved in that first scuffle on lap 3/4. They got their cars fixed up. They're making their way back through the field, but I assume it's only a one fast repair race, Paul, and if they've already used it, they're going to have to be real careful with still so much time to go in this race.
Indeed, they are still trying to chase down Messer. Ashton Tucker tucked in to that second position. Got to give a shout out to everybody tuning in here tonight. We're live all over the place. We're trying to take over the internet here at VidaneTV. We're live on Facebook for VidaneTV. We're live on the YouTube page as well. We're live over there on Twitch, twitch.tv/strictly94. We're even live on Twitter. Give that a shot, x.com/VidaneTV. Trying to get ourselves hooked up with the permissions to stream live over on the TikTok, but we need ourselves 1,000 followers before we do that. But once we do, we're going to be using that TikTok for something a little bit differently when we go live here at VidaneTV. We're going to be using that TikTok feed essentially as a behind-the-scenes type deal here at VidaneTV. So we'll go live a half hour before we take the green flag. You'll be able to get kind of a background on how everything gets set up for one of these shows here, and you'll get to get a good shot of me yelling into the microphone and smashing all the buttons here in the production barn, as it were. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Shoot on over to TikTok, give us a like, give us a subscribe, and take a look at some of the shorts we got going on. There's some racing stuff, Grand Theft Auto stuff, a whole bunch of stuff over on the TikTok. Yeah, I promise you'll be entertained. But right now, lap 35, less than 100 laps to go, 90, 89 laps here to go at Hickory Motor Speedway. Since we had those couple of quick caution flags, seems like everything's kind of sorted out here, and we're having ourselves a little bit of a run.
Yeah, I've heard a couple times in the background there. When we go to the track shot, the speed shot, you hear them just touching the wall. The fence kind of gives a little bit of a shake, a little bit of a rattle, and that's just the guys using as much of the track as they possibly can, letting it slide up to the wall and trying to keep the tires underneath them as we go on board with Ashton Tucker sitting in second place, trying to chase down the leader of Ryan Messer. Not really in his tracks. You notice that he's kind of half a car off on the entry, half a car off on the exit, just trying to find that little extra speed to get past or to at least get to the bumper of Messer.
Barry Black tuning in over on the Facebook page. He's rooting for Dylan Black. Freddie Bannister tuning in as well. As always, he's rooting for Messer and Tucker. Those guys running 1 and 2 right now. Hey, if you're tuned in on the Facebook, on the YouTube, over on Twitch, wherever you may be watching us, let us know where you're watching from, who you're pulling for, and who you think's going to win the first race here in the Easy-Kleen Late Model Series. This is going to be a lot of fun following these guys over the next 7 races, 6 after this one here at Hickory, especially here on a Monday night. It really adds to our menu here at VidaneTV. Tomorrow night, we're back with the Wingnut Productions Late Model Stocks. Wednesday night, Turn 4 Podcast iRacing Winter Series. Thursday night, the NAP Series. Friday night's my next day off. How about that?
I mean, are you really going to take a Friday night off? You know, you'll have something to do.
Oh, we'll have something going on for sure. We'll be over on the Twitch. We'll probably do a little truck in there in Los Santos. Got to give a shout out to everybody tuning in at the Outdoor Traveler in Sandy Shores. How cool is that? We're live in a Grand Theft Auto bar right now.
That's so cool. That's always cool to hear. That's always cool. I can just imagine how crazy the guys are going. They're seeing some great racing live right here from VidaneTV.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Always cool to get that cross up there. It sounds like we got ourselves a little bit of a cross up, and indeed we do. Caution flag going to fly for the 3rd time here tonight on lap number 45. And man, oh man, look at those brake rotors. Holy cow, cherry red there in the back. There is something amiss with that 56 car.
Yeah, he's not having the night that we're used to seeing him have. Another rough one now. I don't know if he took a quick repair earlier. He still had quite a bit of damage on the nose of that car during that run, so he might still be okay, but most definitely just not having the luck tonight.
Indeed. Going to take a look at this one from the blimp. The Easy-Kleen Pressure Systems instant replay, and you can see just a little bit too hot to trot in behind him. Gets sent on around. Suggs gets around. Gates gets a piece of the action there in the 19. Everybody else able to part the seas. There's Craswell in the 67. Haven't talked about him too much here tonight. Made the show. Still on the lead lap. Has an opportunity to get himself a solid finish here tonight. But this is the toughest part. Tanton Woldridge stuck up into the outside lane there. Going to go down a lap, as it seems. So that's going to be tough to try and make up here with everybody having themselves a solid run.
Yeah, and he's going to have to come down pit road, and as I said, if it's not a quick repair situation, he's going to sit there for probably at least another lap or two. So that's a tough way to start the season, but it's also still early in the season. A lot of things can happen. There we go. He's going to try and beat the pace car out. Who needs a nose piece? You get more air into that car and try and get a little bit more of a cooler motor, right? We'll go with that theory because aerodynamics aren't going to be good on that.
1000%. And up front, they're still chasing Ryan Messer. Brian Caudle in the YouTube chat. Messer won the first Super Late Model stock race. Holy moly, folks! It's still early yet.
SMLS.
Yes,
Super Late Model series.
First try. Gonna double down for the first time wins. Wouldn't that be a double-double?
I mean, if you're from Canada, then I guess that's a double-double.
Actually, I learned a 4x4 was 4 cream and 4 sugar. That's more my style.
Well, yeah, and I'm a triple.
Oh, I didn't know there was such a thing as a triple. How about that?
Right. So I mean, we're on the same page now. We're making you more Canadian as the day goes.
I'm telling you, we'll figure it out for sure. Green flag flies once again. Another monster restart from Messer. He just wins everything. We're just going to pretty much put it at that. One of the quickest iRacers we've seen here on VidaneTV. Always fun talking to him here as well. And you can see laser focus here at this point. He's got himself a car length or two over Tucker, who has a little bit of breathing room, but it's side by side once again for third. Tuff's down on the bottom side, and Tully up on the high side in the Toco Electric number 50.
Yeah, it was side by side for third. It was side by side for fourth, but they got that figured out behind them as Fougere kind of tucks in behind. He's one of those ones that we often see come on a little later in the race. So again, a saving part, but they're still side by side for third, and that is the 00 on the inside, working really hard to keep it down low as they get it figured out. Single file into 3 and 4. Sorry, into 1 and 2, coming down the backstretch.
Side Tully into third, Tufts back to that fourth position. Biggest mover of the race, though, is that 36 Fougere. Back in the sixth position right now, qualified well outside the top 10. Looks like P16 where that 36 car qualified in, and having himself a solid run, climbing slowly and surely up through the ranks here as we cross the stripe for lap 55.
Yeah, and again, they're now single file. They're making their work. The only cars I see double file are towards the back of the field as Tanton Woolridge is looking to the inside, it looks like a Vitch, and they're wrecking out of 4. Yellow is out. Yeah, Paul, there was something out of 4 there. I just saw a lot of cars just going every which direction.
A lot of cars, a lot of carnage. Roger down, missing some sheet metal parts on that ride. A lot of drivers able to get down and away. We'll pop up the old Easy-Kleen pressure systems instant replay. See if we can figure out what's brought this caution flag out here for the 4th time here on lap number 57. And we'll take a peek here. Hard into the outside wall. Big contact. It looks like it actually happened up the track a little ways further. We're going to back this up, a little slow motion action here as well, because we can do that here on VidaneTV. That's too slow. We'll speed it up just a little bit. But there you see the 39 car up in the outside wall ever so slightly, and that's going to be Dylan Black in the 08 car right up in front. There's the contact with the 38 and the Roma brothers both getting a piece of the action. There is down getting up into the outside wall. That was a big hit. We're going to back that up once again. We're going to focus on the 83 car this time. And you can see, we talked about him earlier. Fougere in that 36 has moved his way up towards the front. Maybe taking a tap rule here. We'll see what the race officials say. But as everybody gets checked up, just really nowhere for 36 to go. 83's around. Oh, there's the 38 getting a piece of the action as well. Lots of sheet metal flying around the front straightaway. Good thing Barney in the flag stand's wearing his helmet.
Yeah, that was... We talked about it, I think it was the last race with the TCM race, about the domino effect, and I think that's essentially what that was there, was just a little bit of checking up. Fougere didn't get checked up in time, got into the back. He tried to give him time to save it. Did a great job of just avoiding getting back into him a second time and putting him around for good there, but still, he was the one to make the contact. I don't see him up in the top 10 anymore, so I'm going to assume it was either a tap or the officials saw what we saw and sent them a little further back.
Yeah, there you see Fougere back towards the end of the longest line, so tap rule in effect just past halfway here. Lap number 60 with 125 on the docket. And we made mention at the top of the hour, top of the show here tonight. It's cold. It's cold everywhere. Here in southern New England, it's cold up in Canada. Be sure to shoot on over to Vidane.net. We got all kinds of merchandise to keep you warm here in these couple of remaining winter months. We got hooded sweatshirts for Angry Tree Guy, Rent a Race Car, Yellow Incorporated, Yellow 316, VidaneTV, what? And we got hoodies, we got beanies, all sorts of good stuff. Shoot on over there, Vidane.net. Keep yourself nice and warm. Green flag flying once again. Monster restart for Messer in the 1 car. He's got about a couple of car lengths as they head into 1 and 2.
Yeah, same thing as we've had in the last 2 or 3 restarts. Paul fighting for that 3rd position side by side, and then they're single file and then double on pretty much the back of the field. Side by side racing, close quarter racing, rubbings racing, as you can see a little bit of contact in the corners. The top 5 or 6 teams have figured it out. They're single file, and then it's just Calamity from there back.
We still do have to get the Calamity shirt up in the VidaneTV merchandise booth.
We really do, yeah.
Man, just Calamity with an exclamation point at the end of it, because that's what it's all about here on VidaneTV. And there you see it, a great shot there from Speedy. 6, 7, 8 cars, all single file up towards the front. It is mayhem back here for about 10th on back. These guys know that it's in the second half of this race. You want to finish the game just like the Bills did today over the Steelers, coming home with the dub, moving on into the playoffs. And if we could get an update on the Eagles game from somebody in the chat. I got too much going on my TVs here, but that would be much appreciated. Big football games here tonight as we get into the big game. And here we go, crossing the line for lap number 67. And Messer's driving off into the sunset. He's got 6/10, almost 3/4 of a second now over that 2-car at Tucker.
Paul, Buccaneers are up 9-0, still in the first quarter.
That's still in the first quarter. We'll be able to catch that game for sure. But go Eagles. EAGLES.
Was anybody even able to sit today in Buffalo?
You know, the crazy thing with that whole story, and it's funny because you always get football fans will say we are going to the playoffs, we are doing this, and the Buffalo Bills jumped out, hey, we have like 2 feet of snow outside and we need somebody to come help shovel, and they're like, oh, that's your guys' job.
Yes. So being from closer to that area originally, being from Ontario, I remember a few years back they did the same thing. They needed help shoveling out. And there was actually a bunch of my buddies that were trying to get over, and they wouldn't allow the Canadians to go over because they didn't have an American photo ID or something like that. But either way, it was super cool to see all the fans jump in and help out and make that game possible.
Yeah, and it was a hell of a game too. As the weather was still cold, still snowy, but they still got it done. And man, oh man, the 27 car of Taylor Layton all the way down on the bottom of the apron. I don't know if there was an issue with the car or not, because he still seems to be kicking.
He's struggling.
I mean, he's dropping back a little bit there on the bottom side.
Yeah, look at the push on the entry there, Paul. That's I hate to say it. I feel like a broken record, but I think that's a case of worn out tires, worn out right front. He's stuck on the bottom, which means he's not able to arc the corners either. So that's just even more pressure. That's a lot of wheel in a car like this. That generally, if you can gain the momentum, you don't have to give it half a wheel to get through the corner. Usually, it's a quarter or so gets you through the corner. So I'm going to say tire wear is becoming an issue for that 27.
Yeah, and on that onboard shot, you saw just how hard he was turning that wheel left to try and keep that car off of Roma. And Roma, he's kind of driving away just a little bit. That 38 car, black and yellow machine, is going to move away from this group. He's going to have some clean air up in front of him to try and gain up a little bit of momentum. And there you can see a couple of cars that were up towards the front back here in the back of the pack. Noel Fougere in the 36 trying to get through traffic, as well as Tanton Woolridge we saw involved in a couple of incidences earlier on. There's the 57 of John Byron as well. He's gained 2 spots from where he qualified, but still outside the top 10, up in front of these guys. The 39 car, we saw him get into the wall a few laps ago, but still holding tough, holding on to that 10th position right now as he's chasing down Dale Black.
Yeah, Woolridge somewhere along the lines got that lap back. I believe there was a caution not long, so he's still on the lead lap. He's going to try and make way back up to the front there with an ill-looking race car. But he's working good. He's back up into the top 20, up into 13th, behind Fougere, who I believe still has a really strong car, and I think he can still get up there. He'll need a caution or two maybe to help him stack the field up, but all 3 of those cars that you see in that line, Fougere, Roma, Woolridge, they're all coming.
Back up towards the front, though, there's still Jason Messer. There's a great shot from the speedy cam as how big that gap has gotten to be. Almost a full second from first on back to second. Car 1 back on to car number 2. Caden Tuff still holding on to that podium spot. Right now in third, Tully and Suggs holding on to 4th and 5th. Dave Cassidy having a solid run. He's up 10 spots in 6th. Derek Gates up 10 spots as well. That 19 car running P7, Wade Craswell, Dylan Black, and Scott Negus, the top 10 as they run. Less than 45 laps to go here, and they're all still chasing that 1 car.
Yeah, absolutely. I saw Suggs get to the bottom of Tully, and it looks like he got him at the line there the last time by. So Suggs up into 4th. The Tulco Electric number 50 car looks really strong still, and I feel like that wasn't necessarily a pass, but more of a strategy move possibly by Tully. Still past that, we're past the halfway point, but still a little bit of time to go here to be moving too quick to the front. So keep an eye on Tully. I would say he's your guy to watch for this race.
Lots of practice laps for all of these drivers in this field. We made mention season number 7 here for the RBR Maritime Group. A little bit of a collaboration this year this season rather to put together the Easy-Kleen Super Late Model Series here. 7 races on the docket, kicking things off here at Hickory this week. Next Monday night, we're going to be at Slinger. That's going to be a lot of fun. We've only done a couple of shows at Slinger Speedway here on VidaneTV since it's come out on the iRacing service. So really looking forward to that one as well. Before we get there, though, a whole week of action here at VidaneTV. We made mention tomorrow night, the Wingnut Productions late model stock is going to be racing on Tuesday. Wednesday night, the Turn 4 Podcast Winter iRacing Series. Thursday night, NEP returns. Friday night, I'm sure we'll find something to do. Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday, right back here for the RBR Maritime Easy-Kleen Super Late Model Stock Series. And man, oh man, you can see Suggs has kind of picked up the afterburner just a little bit in that 33 car. Another driver we talk about a lot here on VidaneTV in these iRacing Winter Series is that 33 car. And he's showing just why. He's got himself on the podium. He's got his sights set now on Tucker.
Yeah, and right behind him, the 50 of Tully that I was talking about there, he was almost to the bottom of Tufts there, and was almost looking like he was going to follow Suggs through, but Tufts closed the door, and Tully said, that's fine, I don't need the inside, I'm going to go up and around you on the outside, and he just made that look really easy.
Indeed he did, and the top 5 pretty much been in the top 5 all night long. Got to give a shout out though to Dave Cassidy in that blood number 13 car. He's running in 6th. He's gained himself 10 spots on the evening right now, and as they run, biggest mover of the night here on lap number 93. Shout out to Kyle Young, number 93. And Cassidy's not done yet. He's going to take a look underneath Tufts to see if he can break into the top 5.
Yeah, absolutely. Cassidy seeing the 00 dropping back slowly. So again, a tire wear issue. That right front may no longer be full of air, as on screen Suggs going for second now. So you said it, Suggs turned on the afterburners, and right behind him Tully said, you know what, if you're going to turn him on early, I'm going to turn him on early. He's going to follow him on through. He's catching the 2 in front of him. They're side by side. This is exactly what Tully needed to get himself a podium look right now.
Meanwhile, Messer's got his phone out. He's watching us on VidaneTV, and he's probably setting up his food order for after the show. He's off into the sunset already. Huge lead there for that one car. 25, 29, 28 laps to go here as they cross the stripe. How do you like that for some quick math here? How about it? There you can see, though, Suggs all over the back bumper of that 2 car. I think he's going to have enough time to get there. Does he have enough time to get around him and maybe set his sights then on Messer?
I think there's still plenty of time for him to do the work, and I'm feeling there might be one more caution here as they're going to start really pushing the envelope and trying to make the passes. Not just the guys at the front, but the guys at the back. Every position counts on a quick short series like this.
Indeed they do, and you can see Suggs still not done yet. He's still on the bottom side, door handle to door handles, drifts up the racetrack just a little bit. You can see kind of gives not quite a swerve up into him, but he gave him a little bit of a wave to let him know that he's down there. Tucker holding on to that high side, going to lose just a little bit of momentum. They touch just ever so slightly, and they're still side by side as they come out of the corner.
Yeah, Paul, this is classic late model racing. Everything's about momentums with these cars, and that entry, getting that guy up just out of the groove on entry or getting him out of the line that he's comfortable in kind of just gives you that little bit of an advantage. You see it in real racing, and you're seeing everything transfer right over into iRacing here.
24 laps to go as they cross the stripe. Tucker up into the outside wall. Doesn't seem like it slowed him down. Might have helped him out just a little bit as it helped turn that car just enough to get a little bit more grip. Look at those brake rotors, front and back on the 33 car. Cherry red. Tucker up into the outside wall as he crosses the stripe again. Holds onto the spot that time by. Almost had enough to cross back in front of the Suggs machine, but not quite there. Going to try it again. Going to slide. Not quite there. 22 laps to go.
22 laps to go, and don't look now, Paul, but the 50 is right there. The 50's watching what they're doing. I'm going to say he's been saving his stuff as these guys fight really hard for those positions. This might be his opportunity to take a peek at the podium, and we'll be able to talk to him after the race if he can just make one pass on these guys that are fighting so hard. As we go on board with him. Sorry, Paul, go ahead.
No, all good. Bright white gloves there for Tully. That's what we like to see. The fans can see the windshield, or those hands through the windshield and soaking the drivers up in front of. These guys up in front, Tucker and Suggs, they know just how hard Tully is trying to get around them at this point with 20 laps to go. And this is exactly what Messer wants to see. He's got himself 1.5 seconds over this three-way dance for second place, and he is pulling away. It might come into the time. If we don't get a caution, we might get a little bit of lap traffic up in front, but with 19 laps to go, battle is for second. Tucker has it right now. Suggs taking a shot down low, and Tully, he's just waiting for somebody to make a mistake so he can pass. There's the mistake. Whoa. They touch. 33 holds on to it. Tucker does as well. Tucker's going to take the spot. They're still side by side.
Yeah, this is great racing. This is Rubbins Racing, and these guys are all so respectful. They're great drivers. They keep it clean to the point. Just a little tap there, just letting them know, listen, man, I'm faster. I need to get by you. I want to chase down Messer, and I don't got much time to do it. This is great racing. Great opening night, Paul.
No need for a sweatshirt at this point. I'm sweating. 16 laps to go. Suggs is there. He's all over the back bumper of Tucker. He wants that second position. He wants to see if he can try and chase down Messer, but Messer's gone. He's driving off into the sunset. 1.85 seconds the lead from Messer to Tucker. But there's three cars in a blanket right now. The back bumper of the 2 car is almost gone. The 33 has been banging into the back of that car repeatedly for about 10 laps. He knows he's there. He feels like he's a little bit quicker, but is he gonna move him? 14 laps to go for Tucker and Suggs in second. Tully right there in fourth.
Tully's just a guy that he's sitting there, he's waiting for something to happen. He knows something's gonna happen, but at what point do you try and make your move? These guys have saved it 3 or 4 times, so he knows that they can save it. Suggs is going to look to the outside this time. He wasn't able to make it. He's now on the outside. They're side by side. He's going to slide up a little bit, keep that momentum around the outside. Let's see if he can make that pass on the outside, Paul.
I don't want to say Suggs is abusing the equipment because Suggs knows exactly what his equipment can handle. He's going to go up on the high side. He's going to complete the pass on the 2 car on the high side, making it look easy. Tully going to follow him now. Up to the outside wall goes to the 50 car. That's going to tuck him back behind the number 2 car. He's still trying to take a shot down on the bottom side. 11 laps to go.
Yeah, Suggs was almost into the backstretch wall. I think he pulled a Tucker and just tapped it to get around the corner there through 3 and 4. He's on a mission now. Don't think he'll have time to catch Messer, but keep an eye on that split there. It is dropping quickly.
Suggs has his sights set on the lead right now. He may have used up all of his tires trying to get around the 2 car. The 2 doing everything he can to hold off the number 50 car. Wants to finish on the podium, wants to hold on to that 3rd spot, but Craig Tully wanting to take it away. Up front, 9 laps to go, and you can see Ryan Messer, he's going to have to start dealing with a little bit of lap traffic. And take a look at that timing and scoring tower. It's less than a second and a half over Suggs in second place. Messer needs to go.
Yeah, Messer needs to go. That was 1.8, 1.79 when he first made the pass. It's now down to the 1.3, 1.4. He's on the move, but I think it's still a little too late. Tucker held him up, didn't give him the outside just long enough, and it's going to be a battle coming down with 6 to go.
Racing all the way around the racetrack, but we're going to focus on up front. There you see the gap, 1.1 seconds for Ryan Messer over Brett Suggs, the 57 car of John Byron. The first car 1 lap down in P16. That time by, they get the high five from Barney in the flag stand. 5 laps to go here at the virtual Hickory Motor Speedway for race number 1 in the Easy-Kleen Super Late Model Series. Ryan Messer has less than a second lead over Brett Suggs. You can see that gap shrinking lap by lap. 4 laps to go. Lap traffic is going to be an issue.
Suggs is on a mission. Lap traffic is not going to be Messer's friend at this point. Behind him, Cully's still working really hard on Tucker, trying to get that podium position. Messer up and around the 57. That's 1 down in between the 2 of the 2 of them up in first and second of the 1 and the 33, but it's not going to matter. Suggs gets him out of the way. The lap traffic knows they're battling for the lead. He's got it to half a second, just over half a second. There's still 2 to go.
Coming up on the 39 car, the last car on the lead lap, the number 55 of Negus on the timing and scoring. Doesn't look like it's going to be enough time though. White flag, a white rag for Ryan Messer in that number 1 car. Suggs is there. Does he have enough time? Is he going to be able to use that lap car as a pick? The 1 down into 3 and 4 for the final time. Not quite enough. 1 last shot for Brett Suggs. Not quite enough. Holy cow, what a finish.
What a run, Paul. Suggs eliminated almost a 2-second lead.
In a matter of laps.
In the matter of, I'm going to say 8 or 9 laps. That was impressive. What a run. We started off with a couple cautions. and we ended with a bang. That was a great race.
Oh, so sweaty. We'll take a look at the unofficial results here, and we'll get everything squared up over on the Facebook page for the Easy-Kleen Super Late Model Series. We'll be able to keep track of points and all that good stuff. But Ryan Messer coming home with the victory. Brett Suggs there in second. Ashton Tucker in third. And taking just a quick look at it, Ashton, you're already down there in victory lane. It looks like with Ryan Messer, who I think with this win. I think Messer's got to win in every day of the week here on VidaneTV. You've got him, Ashton.
Yeah, I'm down here. He's climbing out of the car. The team's celebrating a big win. Ryan, congratulations. One great race. You were able to pull away. Brett was coming. Did you see him in your mirror?
Oh yeah, I seen him coming. Another couple laps, and he would have had me. The right front was starting to go off it, so just wanted to try to get that gap because I knew there was going to be some fast cars probably come up at the end. So no, the car felt pretty good till about 20 to go, and then it was really starting to go downhill. So it was a good thing that I was able to get that gap, or else it wouldn't have ended the same, I don't think. But no, it was a really good race all around. A lot of green flag laps, so no, it was fun.
You finally break the curse. You get a Monday night win. Now you look to the rest of the season. Is it going to be a championship season?
I'm hoping so. It'd be nice to get a championship in the real world, SLMS too. It's easier said than done for sure, but we definitely have high hopes. We had a lot better season last year, so hopefully we're able to build off that and get some more.
Absolutely. You mentioned the real world. I mean, you're the 2023 Best Appearing Car, Conway Customs Best Appearing Car TCM Award. And who kept that car clean? Who kept it looking good? And who helps you get to the racetrack?
I definitely just have to thank my crew, my mom and dad, that come to the racetrack every week and help us do what we love to do. Thank you guys for putting the race on. It's a lot of fun to be able to do these events. Just hopefully we can have some more good runs like this in the future.
Awesome. Congratulations again. And go and celebrate this one with the team. Paul, I think you've caught up with another driver down there. It looks like Ashton Tucker you're with.
Indeed, I have. Coming home officially, unofficially, third. But that two-car was up in second, battling it out for the lead, battling it out for that podium spot. Talk to us. What was it like to race side by side with Brett Suggs for what seemed to be 75 laps?
Yeah, just more or less holding on, trying not to give up the position too easy, and trying not to lay down and just let him go. But no, it was a fun battle with him, real clean. But he was obviously a lot better than me and pulled away quite a bit. But we're pretty happy with the third.
Solid run here tonight, and going to kick off the season with a good run at the points with the third place finish. Got 6 laps on the docket. Or 6 races rather left on the docket? Have you got anything for Slinger for next Monday night?
Not too sure. I need to get the track so and get some laps in on it. Hopefully be able to run all 6 races and see how the points go. So it's just a fun little series.
Still a relatively new series or a new track to the iRacing service. So we've only done a couple of races here at VidaneTV, so really looking forward to next Monday night. That's going to be a whole lot of fun. But a great run here tonight. Coming home in at third, Ashton. Who gets you to and from the virtual racetrack?
Me, I guess, but no, appreciate you guys putting this on in the RBR series. It's a fun league, and congrats to Ryan on the win there.
Absolutely, and congratulations on a podium finish, P3, to kick things off for race number 1. And Ashton Reiki, back to you. You're down there with the second place finisher. Finally got caught up with him down there on pit road, but the 33, Brett Suggs, you got him.
Yeah, it's he was busy talking with the guy that he was trying to chase down. He did it with, I think we said 8 laps from 2 seconds down to under a second. You're almost there. How many more laps did you need before you could really make the attempt at the pass?
Man, I don't know. That was so much fun. To reel him in, that fast, there's a few laps to go. Definitely heartbreaking to not be able to finish the job, but huge shout out to Ryan, man. He had that thing on lock. I don't know. I mean, catching him is one thing. Passing him, as we all know, is a whole other obstacle in and of itself. So I don't know if we could have gotten around him had we have gotten to him. But it sure would have been a heck of a good battle and a lot of fun if we could have tried.
Yeah, absolutely. You said passing was another thing. I think we watched you spend at least 10 laps trying to make the pass on the 2. We talked to Ashton Tucker. He said it was a great battle, just trying to stay off each other. What was your point of view, and how tough was it to make that pass?
Oh, it was a great battle for sure. Tons of respect going out to Ashton. I mean, we ran door to door, like you said, for it felt like half the race, but it might have only been 10 laps or so. I knew the top was going to roll, and that was my plan. And I got around Caden, after getting around him on the top, and then work my way up, and then Ashton caught on to what I was doing using that outside lane there, and he moved up and he did what pretty much any racer would do and run the faster lane. So it made it tough. I did everything I could to try to make the bottom work and get around him, but I was just pinching the car off too bad and killing the momentum. So finally, I, with a wing and a prayer, was able to sneak out to his outside and just squeeze on by. But man, what a battle it was. A lot of fun, this whole league. All these guys, I mean, it was a shame to see Mike and Tanton get caught up there on lap 1. And, to be quite honest with you, I thought that was going to end our race too, because we had quite a bit of damage. But everybody cleaned it up and was able to get some good long runs in and put a charge to the front.
Absolutely. I mean, we mention it all the time. Who helps you get here to the virtual world and the real racing world?
Yeah, I want a big shout out to everybody tuning in on our stream tonight. I don't stream much anymore, but I actually just started doing it here about a week ago. So appreciate the folks that tune in over there on Team 33 Twitch, as well as our IRO partners, everybody that supports the TH Motorsports program, North Creek Construction, Lake Norman Power Cleaning, LMI Task Pack, McConey Setup Shop, Jam, everybody that supports our SAR program as well, Landon and Barbecue and Jones Barbecue, Lee Norton, Racer Tees, Shane Williamson. A lot to be thankful for, and a big shout out as well to you guys up in the booth, Paul and Ashton there. And I can't say enough good things about Craig Tully, the man himself behind this whole ordeal, and Brent Roy on the calls, making the best calls all night long.
Awesome. Do you have those memorized, or do you have them written down somewhere?
That was just off the dome, man. That was just everything I could.
You have them every time we talk to you. Like perfect every time. Congratulations, great run. Good luck in the next one.
Thank you, buddy.
Paul, I think you're back up in the booth. Did you get a drink on the way up?
Oh yeah, we stopped for what are these? The double chill AF CBD drinks. They're a little on the potent side, but we'll save those for after the show for sure. And man, oh man, great race to kick things off here. 7 races on the docket for this season, number 7 with the RBR Maritime Group. This is going to be a lot of fun here on Monday nights, and we are action-packed all week long. Tomorrow night, the Wingnut Productions Late Model Stock Series back at us here for a little Tuesday night racing. Wednesday, the Turn 4 Podcast Winter iRacing Series coming back at us after a week off last week, and the NEP Series back on Thursday night. And we said we might take a day off on Friday night, but we might stream something else just to keep the momentum going. Thanks so much for tuning in here tonight. We're live all over the place, taking over the internet. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on Twitch. We're trying to get going on TikTok as well. Give us a like, a subscribe, a share, all that good stuff. Let your friends and family know that you are watching a little bit of entertaining iRacing action. But from everybody here at VidaneTV, we will catch you on the flip side. And when we do, we will be doing it live.